been known to release trailers giving away way too much of their animated movies, but in the case of the highly anticipated Frozen 2, it seems like everything has been kept hidden in a large glacier somewhere. Even with very few details to go on, we've managed to scrape together other plot elements, new song information, and some pretty intriguing clues about new characters and the roles they play in the movie. So let's hop aboard Sven and take a stroll through everything we know about Frozen 2.
I'm coming!
Some sequels decide to start fresh, introducing new villains, taking characters on new journeys, or just using them for a whole different story altogether. Well, Frozen 2 is not taking that route. It's going to feel like Chapter 2 of the same book we've been reading over and over since 2013. The filmmakers insisted on following the same themes with the characters and ensuring the spirit and magic of the first film was not lost. In this case, the journey we're talking about is Elsa's story. Frozen 2 picks up 3 years after the first, as Elsa still struggles with her powers, her origins, and the responsibility that comes with creating ice castles and shooting out frozen daggers. We'll probably have a little bit of catching up to do between the time of the first Frozen and the sequel, but the Frozen shorts Frozen Fever and Olaf's Frozen Adventure help fill in the gaps a little bit. At the very least, the movie didn't follow the real timeline gap, because 6 years would have been way too long. And trust us, because we've had to wait through all these 6 years just to get a sequel. He may be a bit of a fixer-upper, but the romance blossoms for Anna and Kristoff in Frozen 2. So much so that we may see a lot more ice in the film. This time in the form of a huge diamond that Kristoff uses to pop the question. And these aren't some rumors or just part of our Anna and Kristoff fanfiction either. In an exclusive clip for the D23 Expo, we see Kristoff getting ready to pop the question. But Anna isn't quite getting the hint as she's focused on Elsa's problems. We all know Disney wasn't going to give away the big engagement just yet, but the whole proposal thing will likely be a core part of the film. Elsa, on the other hand, will continue her journey solo. An interview with the Frozen 2 songwriters revealed that the specific story the filmmakers wanted to tell does not involve a romance for Elsa. Their main goal was diverting away from the cliches of always pairing a female protagonist with a romantic interest. The whole sister bond and true love thing from the first Frozen was a very refreshing take, so we're excited to see what's in store for Elsa. Either way, all signs may point to some closing credits wedding bells, or at least another Frozen short in the future, a Frozen wedding. Lots of new characters are getting added to the mix in Frozen 2. While we're still waiting for the big announcement of a female snow character, Olafia, let's stick to the things that have actually been confirmed. We're talking about the addition of Sterling K. Brown as the new character Lieutenant Matthias. Not much has been revealed about the character, but the D23 Expo did give a few clues. Matthias and his crew of men have been stuck in the Enchanted Forest for some time now, and he clearly runs into Anna there. Does Anna find a way to help the lieutenant, or does he actually have some nefarious plans? It's too hard to tell, especially since the only clue we've been given is a screenshot and a few short clips in the latest trailer. The slight gray in his hair showcases a man with age and experience, and we cannot wait to hear Sterling K. Brown's booming voice behind the character. Just please, let him sing a song.
Born of cold and winter air and mountain rain combining.
Or two. A couple of questions still remain though. How did he arrive in the Enchanted Forest? What was his goal? And how could Anna and Elsa help him escape? Speaking of songs, the soundtrack to Frozen 2 may be even more anticipated than the movie itself. Parents can finally archive MP3 files, toss out the karaoke discs, and take the batteries out of Let It Go singing Elsa dolls. It's time for our brains to adjust and enjoy the endless repetition of new Frozen music. And we're ready to get started with the first song, highly rumored to be named Into the Unknown. During an exclusive D23 clip, Elsa is playing a game of charades when she gets drawn to a melody outside. And what do we do when we hear a melody? We sing! So one of Elsa's new solo songs will be Into the Unknown, a song about adventure and Elsa exploring the mysteries of her powers. According to Josh Gad, the songs in Frozen 2 are even better and catchier than the first. So let's hope Into the Unknown is the first of many to bring a lot of musical joy once the film gets released. Besides an opening musical number, Into the Unknown looks like it could be one of the first songs sung in the movie. Another entry on our list and another confirmed song. The soundtrack is already getting built in our minds, even though we could never sing as good as Idina Menzel. And the lyrics we make up are probably hot garbage. Enough about that though, let's get to the second new song entitled Some Things Never Change. The song is one of the group numbers between characters, and like Into the Unknown, it should be featured pretty early in the movie. Expect to hear some singing from Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and Olaf. Yeah, Sven will probably make some reindeer noises in there as well.
My cute little reindeer.
Showcasing the transition from summer to autumn, we'll see the characters talk about traditions, daily habits, and a routine for the past 3 years. Of course, the song about things not changing will likely have some major changes at the end. Maybe Kristoff's ring reveal, Elsa exploring her powers, or some new threat arriving in Arendelle. After adding the demise of Anna and Elsa's parents during a heartbreaking song about a sister's refusal to build a snowman, we never thought we would see the former king and queen in the Frozen franchise again. But when the first trailer debuted, we were surprised to see their mom, Queen Iduna, make a brief appearance. Of course, the 1 second of footage led to all kinds of speculation, and now we finally have some more details on the role. Evan Rachel Wood voices Queen Iduna, who is almost 100% confirmed to only appear in flashback scenes. When Elsa needs some comfort, her and Anna cuddle up together to sing an old folk song their mother used to sing. Cue in the flashbacks. Not only will Queen Iduna make an appearance for some sweet lullabies, but we may learn more about Elsa's powers through her history. Even though it's not considered canon in the slightest, the former ABC show Once Upon a Time dove deeper into Elsa's past and revealed the powers stemmed from her mother's side of the family. Maybe the Disney flick picks up on the same threads, expanding the role of Queen Iduna this time around. Just don't get your hopes up that the parents survived the shipwreck though. It seems like that idea went sailing away a long time ago. If it's not obvious by now, Frozen 2 will primarily take place during the autumn setting. All of the promotional materials feature leaves blowing in the wind, there's a whole song about autumn, and the movie is getting released the week before Thanksgiving. The autumn setting has so many themes associated with it, one of the main ones being transformation and change. These themes look to apply to mainly Elsa, but there's a huge journey these characters will go through along the way. Another way autumn may play into the film? With different powers. While Elsa is rocking the winter game with her snow and ice, some of the trailer clips have hinted at someone having wind powers and manipulating the autumn leaves. If this turns out to be true, then Elsa may find herself with some unexpected company. In one of the short clips, we see her blasting away some purple fire, and that stuff doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. All we know is that if Frozen 2 is just as big as the first movie, we could end up with some new fall traditions just as popular as a pumpkin spice latte. The Frozen 2 teaser trailer featured some pretty powerful stuff. We didn't need a one-liner from Olaf, or even a snippet from a new song. The thing that got us hooked right away was Elsa's journey to literally run across the ocean waters, creating her own ice bridge along the way. Of course, nothing can stop Mother Nature and her powerful waves, so Elsa ends up all wet after crashing through. And then, all of a sudden, a majestic horse appeared.
Okay.
The horse is actually a part of Scandinavian mythology. It's referred to as the Knock and is actually a water horse spirit. Despite being a horse that lives in water, the main goal of the creature is to protect the secrets of the forest. In some forms of mythology, the horse actually caused women and children to drown, but this doesn't seem to be the case here. Much like how the water spirits protect Moana, Elsa seems to be pretty safe with Knock by her side. So, will the horse reveal these secrets to Elsa, or ward her away from finding out the truth? In a very fitting way for the musical movie, a Knock is also known for their musical spirits and often led people to water with their magical songs. Now Knock will join the battle of the sidekicks. Who will you like better, Knock, Sven, or Olaf? We know she can make ice castles, sneeze out little snow geese when she's sick, and defend herself when needed, but we may just be seeing the surface of Elsa's true powers. Frozen 2's core plot will show Elsa explore the origins of her powers. Why was she born with them, and what was her responsibility with them? As seen in the epic ocean scene involving the Knock, Elsa has much more control over her powers than ever before. She's learned to use love to harness the powers and doesn't seem so out of control. The gloves remain off, but we're not sure exactly how long they will stay that way. While Elsa goes through her biggest challenges, expect to see some new powers emerge as she learns to work with snow and ice like never before. And as her powers do grow, Elsa is going to have to learn how to use them for the greater good. Hopefully she gets to have a little fun with the snow and ice as well. We imagine she can make a pretty wedding chapel if Kristoff and Anna decide to tie the knot. And now we'll end the story with a look at a couple more new characters. The characters appeared in the first Frozen 2 trailer, but D23 kept pretty quiet on their roles even though they were quick to announce Sterling K. Brown and Evan Rachel Wood as 2 characters. The young characters include a redhead and a blonde boy exploring a forest. After months of speculation, the characters may have bigger connections to our leads than we ever realized. In a flashback scene, as told by Anna and Elsa's father, we get to see their parents as children and in the Enchanted Forest. They're all having a great time until that mysterious fire comes back into play. The Enchanted Forest will end up being a huge part of the Frozen mythology and the sequel. How will the parents' connection to the past inspire the future? Well, only time will tell, but we love the idea of exploring the Frozen world history and getting more clues about Elsa's powers.